Hello, welcome to the Daily Briefing, Bible Code 7. Daily Briefing, it is March the 1st. We're delighted to have you with us today. Now, murder abounds is our topic. Murder is abounding in the world, and we're looking at it in the Middle East. It is happening in Israel, in Gaza. Well, it was said by Senator Bernie Sanders that this is wholesale destruction. Wholesale destruction. John Mearsheimer, he called it a massacre. South Africa, they call it genocide. In South Africa, and not only called it genocide, but it said it's an apartheid state. And if anyone should know about apartheid, South Africa was an apartheid country. President Lula of Brazil called it a Holocaust. Holocaust in reverse. And not because millions have died yet, but it's a Holocaust anyway. Senator Bernie Sanders called it a murderous campaign, wholesale destruction. And I was just watching today that they have the food lines. The people are starving. There are no crops, no anything to eat. When they come out to the food trucks, they form a line around the food trucks, or they surround the food trucks. Israel is shooting at them and killing them. And then when they're being shot at, they stampede. When there's a stampede, more people die and are injured. Question is, how long will this continue? How long before the world does anything? And the world is ready and willing to do something, but America is stopping what they are about to do. 3 times already, America has held up at the United Nations a ceasefire that was worked out so that the people could get food and that they could have some water. America said no. The USA said no. So the USA is complicit in murder. And there is no outcry from the bought and paid for or blackmailed politicians in America, the senators and the congressmen, except one of the most prominent senators, Bernie Sanders. And he's the one that calls it, what does he call it? A murderous campaign, wholesale destruction. That's what he calls it. And this is what's going on in Israel today. Many of the Christians, not all of them are Christians, but many are, they're being killed in Gaza. And then over in the West Bank, where there's no warfare going on, they're being killed and driven from their land, from their homes. Their houses are being demolished. Christians, many of them, not all of them, but many Christians are over there. Since the time of Jesus' birth, and no outcry, no one says anything. Will you say something? Are you bold enough to say this is murder? The Bible calls it murder. We heard what they call it, Holocaust, genocide, massacre, a murderous campaign, wholesale destruction. All those are the names they've been calling it. The Bible calls it murder when you kill the innocent and they can't resist you. You kill the innocent and you kill the just. They can't resist you. You kill civilians. It's against the Geneva Convention. You're not supposed to kill unarmed civilians. And this is what they're doing. It is murder. And there's no justification for it. Jesus said, when your enemy is hungry, feed them. And if they're thirsty, give them to drink. The enemy, or their perceived enemy, is hungry, starving, and they murder them upon the starvation. They're having them die of thirst upon the hunger, the starvation, on top of the murder. It is evil, it is wicked, and the righteous judge. We're invoking the power and the presence and the intervention of the righteous judge, Jesus Christ, to intervene. And this is where we are. I do hope you pray. Pray Psalm 94. Declare it and ask the Lord to intervene in this matter. Because you see, when they kill so many people with impunity and kill especially Christians, it's not going to leave over there because it's going to catch like wildfire. It's going to go to another country and another country, and eventually it's going to come here to America. My last book, Shocking Revelation of Mystery Babylon, tells you, Revelation 17:5-6, that the whore will be drunk with the blood of the saints. Who are the saints? The New Testament Christians that believe in Jesus Christ. They are the saints. Why would the whore Babylon America be drunk with her blood, with their blood? It will be drunk with their blood because their blood will run on the ground and be absorbed in the earth. Not only the blood of the saints, but the blood of the martyrs, those who have died, and their blood was shed. They didn't deny Jesus Christ. So it's coming. You say nothing, you don't pray, there's a coming time in America when it's going to happen. You've got to understand the world is run and controlled by hedge funds, big money corporations. It's not run by presidents and prime ministers. It's not run by the senators and the congressmen. It's run by the hedge funds. But these are the elected representatives, senators, congressmen, presidents, and they're supposed to stand up and present for us. And what we are seeing is a biblical playing out, biblical scenario playing out. The rich are ruling over the poor. And the love of money, which is the root of all evil, is being poured out now. And that's happening today. And this is one of the reasons why I'm so excited about being alive, in spite of what I see, because the Bible tells us that all these things are going to happen. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm not discouraged. I'm not dismayed. I do my part. I pray. I declare the word. But I'm doing this so you would know. Don't sit idly by and say, oh, well, the Lord knows. God is in control. No, release the word. Declare the word. War with the sword of the Spirit, the word of the living God. And God, who watches over his word to bring it into performance, he will respond to your word. That's what the Bible teaches us. The Bible says, if my people call by my name, humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, prayerlessness, then I'll hear from heaven, forgive their sins, and I'll heal their land. So God is depending on his people to pray, not the sinners, not the wicked. They won't pray. They will not pray. It is up to you to pray. And when you, as a believer in Jesus Christ, prays, your prayers are heard and answered. Not by your time clock, but God is working it out. So, please pray. Declare the word, Psalm 94, and let the righteous judge step into action. He watches over his word to bring it into performance. Getting back to where we were yesterday, Jeremiah 51, talk about Babylon and what's coming to Babylon, the USA. Verse 11, it says, make bright the arrows and gather the shields. The Lord had raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, for his device is against Babylon, to destroy Babylon, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. God is about to destroy Babylon. He told you several times, 250 years, longest any empire will last. July 4th, 2026 will be 250 years. Will it make it? Don't know. It's now 24, 25, 26, 2 more years. And this country is sold out, signed, sealed, delivered to sodomy, which is against God. Any nation, no matter how you love the nation, any nation that's sold out in sodomy, God will destroy. Sodom means burning. Gomorrah means submerge. He will bury it underwater. He will submerge it. And the Bible tells us that this is on the record or on the plate for America. It's going to happen. So God says he's stirring up. He has raised up the spirit of the Medes. And I did explain to you that when you look at the map of the Old Testament, with the Median Empire that destroyed the old Babylon, you'll see that it comprises of Iran, Iraq, parts of Turkey, Syria, and a couple other places, little countries that you can't pronounce their names. You can go on the internet and just search map of the Median, Medean Empire, and it will show you. And when you look at the map of that area, you will see a map of Iran, Iraq, Turkey, and parts of Syria. So it's there. Those are the Middle Eastern countries. We're not to forget that America has a major presence in Iraq. They conquered Iraq, and they're trying to colonize Iraq. Why? Because it's right beside Iran. They want a presence in the Middle East. But God says, I have raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes. God has stirred them up, and they are stirred up to what? Destroy Babylon. Don't believe America is going to destroy Iran and Iraq. It's not going to happen. This Lord has stirred up the spirit of the kings of the Medes. His device, his plan, is aimed at Babylon to destroy her. It is the Lord's vengeance for his temple. He goes on, he says, set up the standard, raise up a signal flag against the walls of Babylon. Raise up a signal, raise up an alarm against the walls, the protection, the army of Babylon. Fortify the watch post. Set the watchmen in place. Set the spies in place. We talked about what God said he would do. Set everything in place. Prepare the ambush. What? Ambush. You know what an ambush is? A surprise. Surprise destruction. Which means pride goes before a fall, and the haughty spirit before destruction. Prepare an ambush, a surprise. For the Lord had both planned and accomplished what he has threatened against those who live in Babylon. God says he's going to get the job done. Remember what he said, we tried to heal Babylon, but Babylon cannot be healed. Babylon is totally sold out to wickedness, signed, sealed, and delivered. We want sodomy. We want men and men and women and women. We want transgender. We want a hormone blockers for the children. We are going to do what we want, and we are going to coerce the world into doing what we say. So God says, this is what I'm going to do. Raise up a signal, sound an alarm against the walls of Babylon. A city wall was for protection. Keep everything out. So the alarm has been sounded against the walls of Babylon. The walls have been thrown down. People are not being kept up. People are coming in. They're coming in from Canada. They're coming from Mexico. They're coming in. Who's coming in? Those who hate America. All those, they're coming from all over the world. All the enemies. What are they bringing? They're bringing all the different things that they're going to use one day. Saw that they made a huge bust of fentanyl, drugs, to destroy the American youth, destroy the American people. Homelessness, drugs, kill them with drugs, kill them with anything and everything. This is what's going on. And then verse 13, and we're going to close with that. How do you know that this is talking about America today and not Babylon before? You who reside by abundant water, rich in treasures, your end has come, your life thread is cut. Iraq has no abundant waters around it, oceans. It has a small, maybe 10 miles of ocean frontage. It's virtually landlocked, maybe about 90, 95, 98% landlocked, surrounded by land. No ocean. America has the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and it has the Gulf of Mexico. Abundant water. surrounded by water. America is rich in treasures. Not only is it rich, the richest nation upon the face of the earth. Not only is it that, but it's got all different types of minerals, oil, right offshore and under the ground in America. Rare earth minerals and an abundance of oil, water. It's got everything rich in treasures. America is blessed. Timber, wood, oil, everything you could think of. America was the best, number one, richest. And here God saying, who reside by abundant waters, rich in treasures. Your end has come, though. He said, it's God. So God has said, he has prophesied over 2,000, now going on 3,000 years ago. God says it's going to happen. God's word will be performed. Verse 14, I'm going to go quick right there. The Lord of armies has sworn by himself, I will fill you up with men as with locusts, caterpillars, and they will sing the victory song over you. They will lift up a victory shout over you. What does that mean? It means what you see going on the southern border with all the migrants coming in. And God saying, I did it, I did it. That's why you can't shut the border. Donald Trump shut it, and he never made it past one term. Controversy. Joe Biden made it as president in the first day he came in office. He reversed everything Donald Trump did. Why? The will of God must be done. Some people are saying 7 million. I hear 12 million. I've seen a high amount as 22 million people have come in. Those that are known and estimated to be unknown, caught and uncaught. So the Lord of armies, the Lord of hosts, has sworn. God took an oath by himself. You remember that? When God could find no greater power to swear by, he swore by himself. I will fill you up with men like locusts, caterpillars, and they will sing the victory song over you. A caterpillar comes to devour. You have to wash your car and clean your house. Caterpillar comes to devour. They come to devour everything, and that's what's happening. I told you yesterday about the high and rising crime rate in the cities, New York, Chicago, Colorado. All those cities, the city areas, even in Miami, that's where they come. High crime rate. Murder increasing. Robberies increasing. Everything increasing. As a people, God says, I'm going to bring you right here. Coming like caterpillars to devour. Not coming to wash cars and do all that kind. Some are coming, yes, they're good people. But God says, I'm going to fill you up with caterpillars, locusts. And at the right time, and upon a given signal, they'll sing the victory song over you. They will rise up against you, and they will crush you. They will defeat you. It's all the plan of God. God says, I did it. This is my plan. Did you know that? Bet you didn't know that. I didn't know it either. And I had a hard time coming to grips with it, but I had to come to grips with it. Because guess what? It's going to come to pass. It's going to happen. I see it happening before my very eyes. And as I connect the dots, I see it getting closer and closer and closer and closer. The news information that I'm reading, citizen journalists, people who do the legwork, not the mainstream media that you see going on telling you everything is okay. No. Don't listen to that rubbish. You've got to read broad sources of news and see what people are saying. People are talking. People are telling you things. And they're telling you the things that are going on in your neighborhood. So I want you to know how to defend yourself and keep yourself. So that when it comes to your house, touch not the Lord's anointed and do his prophets no harm. As for me and my house, we serve in Jesus. Our house covered under the blood of Jesus Christ. You can touch your neighbor over here, left, right, front, and in the back. But don't touch this house. Touch not the Lord's anointed. Do his prophets no harm. 1,000 is going to drop at your left-hand side, and 10,000 going to drop at your right-hand side, but it won't come near you. Only with your eyes will you behold and see the reward of the wicked. So make sure you know how to defend yourself and keep yourself till Jesus returns. Jesus called it endure. He that endureth unto the end shall be saved. Endureth to the very end. There'll be no rapture till the end of the tribulation. And after the end, we still got some more stuff to go through till he comes. How will you make it? Bible Code 7 is to help you make it so that you do not fall away. Go to BibleCode7.com or Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. My last book, Shocking Revelations of Mystery Babylon. Get that book. Learn the strategy. Stay alive until Jesus returns. May the Lord bless you. May he keep you. May he make his face to shine on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord God lift up the light of his countenance upon you and give you his peace. Have yourself an awesome and an amazing day. And remember, pray Psalm 94. Get you again tomorrow.